tense and serious day at the Capitol today.
The rotunda was full and chanting could be heard as senators voted to add an abortion amendment to a bill that restricts gender-affirming health care. Channel 8's Mackenzie Johnson was there all day. She's going to fill us in on what exactly happened. Mackenzie?
What was only supposed to be 2 hours of debate turned into 6 full hours of discussion, with hundreds of Nebraskans filling the halls right outside the legislative chamber. And senators themselves addressed the situation. This went on for hours today as the Let Them Grow Act and an abortion amendment added to it were on the floor of the legislature.
Hundreds of people are in the rotunda chanting one more vote to save our lives, and it's coming down to 1 or 2 men who are scared. You can have at least as much courage as the trans kids and their families out in the rotunda who have to live every day, who have to go to school, and who by the grace of God get the courage to come here to their state legislature and say it to you.
Those in support had just enough votes to pass it on to a final round of debate. The Let Them Grow Act, which would ban gender-affirming health care for any Nebraskans under the age of 19, was technically already on its final round of debate, but in the final round, senators aren't allowed to add amendments. To get around that, after the Heartbeat Act was killed by 1 vote, Senator Ben Hansen moved to add a 12-week abortion ban to the Let Them Grow Act, sending the bill back to the second round.
As we hear the people outside chanting 1 vote to save our lives, I would agree with that statement. We have 1 vote to save the lives of children from a lifetime of pain and regret. These are surgeries and medications that are experimental, they're irreversible. We owe it to kids to let them grow up so they can make these decisions as adults.
Those opposing the bill says the abortion amendment violates the state constitution, which states that a bill can only cover 1 topic. But they were outvoted, and those in support say the 2 subjects are connected.
The bill is Let Them Grow. If you look at the language of Senator Hansen's amendment and Senator Kauf's amendment, they both fall in line with the concept of letting them grow, whether they're children, born or preborn.
We want to make this as good as possible for as many people as possible. And I think we worked very well together, talking and listening through those conversations.
And many were upset with how the debate was handled. It was only supposed to last 2 hours, but the clock was stopped for over 3 hours of debate when the chair of the legislature paused the time for certain procedures.
You are willing to drive the state into the ground. Into the ground. And you look like fools. You literally have to cheat at every moment of this debate. In every possible way, you are cheating. Women will die, children are dying. It is your fault. It is your fault.
And so that bill with the added amendment is moving on to the final round of debate. It's expected that it could be scheduled for Friday of this week, but we'll be keeping you updated with any new information on air and online at klkntv.com.
Mackenzie Johnson, thank you very much for our top story tonight.